There's really good evidence that people with atopic dermatitis, their own sweat makes their atopic dermatitis worse. That's why I mentioned that earlier. It is actually true. So people who give a history, who say, oh, if I exercise or I get hot and I start to sweat, I immediately get itchy, or I'm allergic to my own sweat. When I was a resident, I remember a patient saying that, coming out, telling my supervising dermatologist that, and they laughed at me and were like, you really think you could be allergic to your own sweat? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Well, since then, the evidence has come out proving conclusively that yes, if you collect their sweat and you prick test them against it, they will have a positive prick test against their own sweat. So they are allergic. Now, it's not actually the sweat that they're allergic to. It is actually malassezia. And so malassezia is a natural yeast that lives on everybody's skin. But a lot of people with eczema become allergic to it. And so what happens, now you essentially are allergic to your own skin because this malassezia, you cannot eliminate it from your skin. But when you sweat, it actually activates the allergens from the malassezia. That's what you're actually allergic to, is the malassezia, not the sweat itself. But the sweat is what is activating the malassezia and allowing it to trigger the itching and the reaction.
That's so interesting. Someone just told me like yesterday, actually, that every time they sweat when they exercise, they get like a rash on their chest.
Yes, it's absolutely. And that is, allergy to your own sweat is a very, very real thing. And it's much more common than anybody realizes. But the problem is, well, what do you do about it, right? You tell, don't sweat, right? Don't ever exercise again. You can't tell people don't ever exercise again. So it is one of those things that's fascinating. And the most useful part is that it helps for me to reinforce to patients, no, you are not crazy. You're not like, because other doctors, you're not allergic to your own sweat. No, you actually are. You were right. You know your own body. You're allergic to your own sweat. I don't know what to do to help, but you are allergic to your own sweat. That is true.